What's up, everybody? Welcome to some Green-Black Savage Constrictor. Hope you're excited. We're going to play first. Let's check out our opening hands. So we've got Windswept Heath, Blooming Marsh, Metallic Mimic, Hardened Scales, Ancient... Yeah, this is beautiful. We'll go keep on this one. Got the turn 1 Hardened Scales play. Yes, indeed. We will keep it. Yes, welcome. Hope you're excited. Hope you're ready to get a bunch of counters. Maybe if we can find our way into that Winding Constrictor, maybe get a little extra value out of there. So let's go ahead and lead off with the Blooming Marsh, and then let's go ahead and lead off with the Hardened Scales. Get that down, and then we're going to go and pass the turn. Now, as far as next turn goes, more than likely, we're going to go lead off with a Metallic Mimic. It'll be a good way to kind of test, see if our opponent's got any sort of removal. We don't know what we're playing against. They haven't played Land Drop for turn. Arid Mesa. Might be Burn? Well, they didn't get it down in Goblin Guide, so we'll see. But let's go ahead and go. Let's get down Windswept Heath. We can grab a Black Source off the Catacombs if it is Burn. Let's just go ahead and grab a Forest at this point right now. If we do draw into Liliana, we can get a Black Source off that one. And let's go for Metallic Mimic. We could name Troll, Zombie Troll, if we wanted to, off Metallic Mimic. That would definitely be, our opponent would be shaking, be like, okay. We're going to go ahead and name Construct, though, because we have Walking Ballista, and we have the, oh man, I'm drawing a blank. Sorry, I've been recording all morning. And we do have Walking Ballista and Hangerback Walker. There we go. Sorry, just lost it for a sec. Both of those are constructs, so, and especially if we find one off the Ancient Stirrings, it's going to allow us to Ancient Stir for one of our construct cards. We can cast it for free off the Savage Summon. He's going to come in with a +1 counter. It's going to have an additional counter from the Metallic Mimic. Then it's going to have an additional counter from the Hardened Scales. Okay, so we've got a Breeding Pool and a Temple Garden down. Might be Bant Eldrazi? Maybe? We'll see. We'll see what's going on. And then we'll see how we want to sequence the Savage Summoning, because we can get into spots where we can go Lot-Led Troll, kind of go Beat Sticks. We'll see what we grab off the Ancient Stirrings, though. Let's go ahead. Ooh, draw. Just draw right into it. I will take that. Let's go ahead and let's get the Catacombs down, and anything we want to go for. Let's go ahead and swing in for. Do we want to swing in for 2 right now? Actually, yeah. Let's go ahead and swing in for 2. If they got removal, they've got it, and they could just do it in response to us casting Walking Ballista or something like that. Or we do have Savage Summoning that casts at instant speed, so we can take advantage of that. So yeah, let's go and swing in for 2. Got to put them down to 17 as long as we get through. Okay, and then let's go ahead and go for... Yeah, I like getting an extra counter on Walking Ballista. Let's go ahead and let's crack the Catacombs. Let's grab that second Black Source. Just kind of being careful with our life total. We're not sure exactly what we're playing against. Let's go ahead and go for Ancient Stirrings. Yeah, I like that. Let's go for Ancient Stirrings. Maybe we can grab another Hangerback Walker to clean up on next turn. Metallic Mimic. Yeah, I'll go and take that. So let's grab the Mimic. Let's go and put... Ooh, Rite of Passage. Rite of Passage and Walking Ballista. They combo together. We'll put those on the bottom in any order. Do we want to lead off with Metallic Mimic or go for a Walking Ballista? We're looking at extra counter, extra counter, extra counter. Yeah, let's just go ahead and leave up Savage Summoning right now. We can get down to Walking Ballista as a nice... I think it'll be a 4/4, I think. Then we're going to be able to kind of go Beat Sticks with that. And Savage Summoning can't be countered. Yeah, if you're not familiar, Savage Summoning, it can't be countered. The next creature spell you cast this turn maybe cast as though it had Flash. Lotus Cobra. Okay. Maybe we just got some Bant good stuff. Lotus Cobra. That is one of those cards in Magic that is just a really good card, man. I wish it saw more modern play, you know. I wish it could find a home, but it's a really good card. I mean, turning all your land drops into extra mana is always really good. Let's go and go for Savage Summoning. And it's going to allow us to cast this Walking Ballista for pretty cheap. And we can also get into spots to where we can get down Lot-Led Troll and chunk the Metallic Mimic. X is going to be 0. Can't be countered. It's going to come in with additional counter from Savage Summoning, additional counter from Metallic Mimic, and then one more additional counter from Hardened Scales. Let's go ahead and... Let's go and blast the Lotus Cobra right now. Before that land hits the battlefield, if they have a 2-mana removal spell, I feel better getting rid of it right now. Or if they have something like Path to Exile or something, it forces them to have a 1-mana removal spell. And then if they do, we can send everything up top and then kind of blast it from there. So, especially if this is a sword. Path to Exile. Yeah, let's go and send one up top, one more up top. And I think I'm okay with getting... one more mana. That's going to put us getting a Lot-Led Troll and Metallic Mimic down. I'm okay with that because we can sequence it to where we can name Troll off this Metallic Mimic. So we're going to let this one resolve. Yes, we're going to use that ability. It's going to grab that other forest. Comes into play tapped. And let's see. So we draw into Arcbound Ravager. Okay, so We got a couple different things. Let's go and swing it for 2 first. Coming in hot. It's going to drop down to 12. So if we go... Actually, excuse me one sec. So if we go Metallic Mimic Naming Troll, we're going to get an extra counter for Lot Troll. It's going to be a 4/3. And then we can follow up with Arcbound Ravener on the Metallic Mimic. I think I do like that play. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Do we want to go Troll? Yeah, let's go Troll. That way we have some counters to play around with Arcbound Ravenger. So let's get down the Metallic Mimic first. Naming Troll. Yes. Get down Lawlith, comes in as a 4/3. We can chunk another card. We can chunk the Arcbound Ravenger to make it get 2 additional counters on there, make it a 6/5. And then we're looking at 10 coming across next turn. So, you know, we do have to watch out for another Path to Exile. But with Lot the Troll having Trample, if they do go for the Secure Tri-Builder double block, we can still get that damage swinging through, that trample damage coming across. So we may hold on to this Arcbound Ravenger for right now. We'll see what we draw, though. Draw a Hangerback Walker. Okay, so we're going to get an additional counter from the Metallic Mimic, so we can actually tap out for the Hangerback Walker and then clean up with the Arcbound Ravenger to follow up with. Let's go ahead and swing in with... You know, we can swing in and assume that they're going to go for the Secure Tri-Builder Declare Blocker and then activate. But if they don't, then we lose out on both Mimics. So I actually kind of want to hold on to them for the Hangerback Walker. So let's just go ahead and push in with the Lot Troll at this point. I feel a little bit better about that. And that way we still retain those bonuses. Alright, swinging in for 4. It's going to have that trample damage. If we want to chunk something, we can. But I kind of like going Arcbound and Hangerback Walker as a way to kind of just shift some counters around and maybe get into some Thopter action. So yeah, let's go and do that. So we're looking at Hangerback for 1. It's going to come with an additional +1 counter because it is a construct. And then the Arcbound Ravenger is a beast, so it's not going to come in with that additional counter. So, but we're still going to get an extra counter for the Hardened Scales. So, okay. Get in for 4. Now we're looking at we can start sacking some of our artifacts. Each artifact that we sacrifice is going to give us 2 more tokens. I mean, 2 more +1 counters. So we're looking at sacking the Mimic. We sack the Mimic. That's 2 more on Arcbound. Then we can plus move those counters over to the Hangerback. The only thing is we don't have the way to sacrifice the Hangerback to get those extra counters on there. So, but if we do just straight up sacrifice Hangerback, put an extra counter on Arcbound, it makes it a 4/4. We're going to have 4 Thopters in the air. Okay, opponent scoops it up. And it looks like we're just playing against Bant value. Maybe it's a Bant Nightfall, potentially. What do we want to bring in? Let's go ahead and bring in the Abrupt Decay on this one. And I like bringing in Scavenging Ooze as a way to kind of eat some of our opponent's stuff. And do we want to bring in Spellskite? I do like Liliana the Veil in this one. So we've got the Abrupt Decays brought in. We brought in an extra Scavenging Ooze. And I kind of do like Savage Summoning in here for playing against Bant. Let's go down on 1 Rite of Passage. That's going to be a little clunky to get down. And anything else we want to cut? We need to cut 2 more. I like leaving the Hardened Scales the same. Let's go down... Yeah, Lily. I like Lily in this one because we can kind of, if they're just going for like value creatures, Lotus Cobra, or Secure Tri-Builders, or like a Knight of the Reliquary, we can leave Liliana in here and kind of sack and go from there. And I like leaving the Scavenging Oozes in here to just get a little extra value out of there, even though they're probably going to get hit by a Path to Exile. Let's go down on 1 Mimic, and let's go down on 1 more Savage Summoning. Okay, I like that. Pretty good little suite, and we'll pass this over to game 2. So. But yeah, I've enjoyed my time with the deck. I didn't cover this in the beginning because we kind of jumped right into it, but we've seen Green-Black Constrictor do well in Standard, so I kind of just wanted to port it over to Modern, and I've had fun with the deck so far. Let's go ahead and mulligan on this one. This is one of those hands I would like to keep it. If we don't hit our second land drop, well... Do we want to keep on 1 land? We do have Ancient Stirrings in here. We've got 20 land. Yeah, let's go ahead and keep on this one. I like this. We've got Hardened Scales. Hardened Scales on turn 1 is just always just such a good value play. And then we have Abrupt Decay. So hopefully we hit our land drop. If we don't, then we'll just ship it over to game 3. But yeah, this deck's a lot of fun. If you're an Obzon or Jund player and you're looking for something that has some nice interactions. Okay, we've got Hedron Crab. Very interesting. All right, we hit the land drop for the turn. Beautiful. Let's go and lead off with 4s. Let's go Hardened Scales, and then we're going to go ahead and pass the turn. But yeah, this is one of those decks that if you already have the mana base for Obzon or Jund, you can pick up these pieces pretty cheap. Pretty much the most expensive card you're looking to pick up. You know, if you have Liliana, stick him in there. This deck definitely... Okay, what do we got going on, man? We got Wrath of God. We've got Rude Awakening coming in, and we got our opponent milling themselves. All right, this is Splendid Reclamation. Sweet, man. I love seeing stuff like this. It's a lot of fun. Let's go get the Woodland Cemetery down. Let's lead off with the Constrictor. And then next turn, we're going to do a little bit of cleanup duty on the Abrupt Decay on the Hedron Crab, and then we can kind of go from there. So take care of the Hedron Crab, and then we get down Lotlet Troll. We can even potentially chunk one of our hangerbacks to the Lotlet Troll to get those additional +1 counters on there. But definitely, you do not want to leave a Hedron Crab unchecked for an entire game. It is just gnarly, man. Not good. Aura of Silence. Artifact enchantments cost 2 more to cast. Okay. So now we're kind of almost in... They're going to cost 2 more to cast with that Aura of Silence out there. Let's go ahead and get down Blooming Marsh. Now, if we go over Abrupt Decay on the Aura of Silence, they sack in response to destroy target enchantment, which is going to be a Hardened Scales. But then we also have Hedron Crab that's putting in a lot of work milling their stuff out. And if they get like Splendid Reclamation, they bring a bunch of stuff back. Do we have to play around it in Aura of Silence the entire game? Let's go ahead and go... I think we can outrace it. Let's go Aura of Silence, looking at if they don't activate in response on Hardened Scales, then cool. Then we can kind of lead up with the Lotlet Troll next time. Okay, they're going to... Fair enough. So we go for Abrupt Decay. They sack in response. Let's go and swing in for 2. Going to come in hot. Oh, dang it. I must have misclicked on that one. I'm sorry about that. I thought I clicked on them. Must have got a little too trigger happy with the F6 button, but that happens sometimes. Happy little magic mistake. But yeah, as far as the deck goes, you know, you can make this deck pretty budget if you want to. I've got Liliana's in here. If you don't, Liliana is not needed to make this deck work. There's 2 Lilianas. You can definitely cut the Lilianas and go, oh, Splendid Reclamation, beautiful. All right, 3, 6, 9, 12. Yeah, this is heading up to us. I like that, man. So I guess this is Bant Splendid Reclamation. I don't know. This is pretty sweet. Either way, I like it. All right, so they're going to mill us for 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Coming across. We saw the Splendid in the graveyard, but they're coming up top, man. And we can still get around it. You know, that's only 3 cards, and they've already brought everything back out of the graveyard, so... Okay, we draw an Arcbound Ravager. Let's go ahead and get the Windswept Heat down. Let's go ahead and swing in for 2 this time. There we go. Man, I thought I clicked on it, but I just must have misclicked. So, unfortunately, that happens sometimes. Go down to 13. Let's go ahead and crack this Windswept Heath. Let's go ahead and get the Forest down. Let's go Lotlet Troll. Alright, so we can activate Lotlet Troll at instant speed. Is there anything we want to get down? We can go for Hangerback Walker, so we can enter the battlefield with additional +1 counter on it. If we go for Arcbound Ravager, it's going to enter in as a 2/2 body, and then we can start sacking creatures. As far as putting stuff on Lotlet Troll, we're looking at 2, 4, 6. That's going to be an 8 body swinging across. That's 10 coming across, so it's just going to put them down to 3. And unfortunately, if we had swung in, which would put them down to 1. So I think... they might have some sort of removal on their hand. Let's go ahead and get down 1 Hangerback Walker. It's going to come in as a 2/2. If worst comes to worst, we can get down the Ravager, sack it, and get those Thopters just kind of swing across, do a little bit of cleanup duty. But yeah, as far as budget builds of the deck, I have 2 Lilianas in here. Liliana the Veil, I think it's like an $80 card. You don't have to have those in there. You could definitely just pump up more Scavenging Oozes or go up on Savaging Summoning. Other than that, they're running a bunch of fetch lands, but you can just load up on a bunch of tap lands. Like if you want to build this into a budget Kitchen Magic deck or something like that, go for it. Walking Ballista is crucial to the deck, so that's going to be your most expensive play set. But other than that, everything else is usually, you know, Arcbound Ravager, it's nice to have. If you don't have it, so be it. Okay, so we got Sun Titan coming in. Let's see what they're going for. Sun Titan on. Could be Aura of Silence. Or if they go double Hedron Crab, that's really going to turn it on. I don't know how many more lands they have, fetchable lands. We're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They may have more planes in there. So I guess this is Bant Sun Titan or Bant Reclamation Sage. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Okay, they go for the Aura of Silence. I'm okay with that at this point. Just because they can, if they want to crack the Hangerback Walker, we'll take those Thopters. So not too bad. Okay, and they're cracking the Arid Mesa. There we go. Sorry, I've got some tea next to my desk, and I'm trying to get it all ready to rock and roll. Okay, so we got Hedron Crab coming in for 3. It's going to be another 3. We are at 30 cards in the library at 27, so... And then if they have enough fetchable lands for this, they can definitely go for it. And they have another Splendid Reclamation. They'll be able to kind of mill us out again with Hedron Crab. But probably, more than likely, should have gone for that Hedron Crab. I know the Pirate Man, Hedron Crab, he's a gnarly dude, man. Little 0-2, he's just sitting there with his rock with his Hedron, but he will put in some work if you're not careful. That probably would have been the better line to go for. Now we're thinking about it, but we didn't know that they had Splendid Reclamation in the hand, so. But you got to play Dre out sometimes. Okay, so Hedron Crab's just blasting everything into next Tuesday. We've got 21 cards in our library. We still have adding some cards to Lot-Led Troll. So what we can do is we can get into a spot to where we can swing in with Lot-Led Troll, chunk those cards because it's going to be 2-4, and then we can take care of the Sun Titan. So definitely do that. Let's see what we get into. Okay, so we got Snapcaster Mage on Path to Exile on, I guess, the Lot-Led Troll would be more than likely. Seems like that would be, no, actually on Hangerback. Okay, I'm okay with that. And then we do not have any fetchables. No, we're good. We've got 2 forests and we got 3 forests and a swamp. So in both, we have 2 forests on the battlefield and 1 in the graveyard. Okay, Windswept Heath. Let's go ahead and swing in with Lot-Led Troll. Maybe they chump block with Sun Titan, and then we can kind of rally from there. I don't think we want to swing in with Winding Constrictor, so let's go and swing in with Lot-Led Troll. We can still pay for the regeneration mana to on Lot-Led Troll. Okay, Sun Titan, Lot-Led Troll. Let's do this. Let's square up, man. Discard a creature card. Let's go and chunk that Arcbound Ravager. Not going to do us any good with that Aura of Silence out there anyway, so let's go and chunk another creature card. Hangerback Walker. And then let's go and pay for the regeneration clause on Lot-Led Troll. Okay, so he's going to have regeneration shield. It's going to take care of the Sun Titan. And then that puts us in a spot to where we do have trample damage. Hopefully we can kind of swing through. And then let's see if we do have a source for this, for our Windswept Heath. But I forgot about the Sky Rune. Target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Yeah, they're going to be able to bring that Sun Titan back out. Nice, man. Sweet deck. Love it. I love seeing cool stuff like this. Okay, Hedron Crab coming back out. It's going to put us down to 20. I'm not really sure with that Aura of Silence what we're going to be able to do to get around this, so we may end up scooping this one up, depending on what they have. Okay. It's going to be rough seas ahead. But let's see. So we're looking at Snapcaster. Snapcaster Splendid Reclamation will get it done. Okay, good game, man. I'll take a mill death. It's better than regular mill, 100%. All right, we'll ship this over to Sage. Yeah, they've got Reclamation Sage. Even though they have no fetchables, they're going to get a bunch of triggers from that. What do we want to bring in? Let's go ahead and let's cut the Savage Summoning now that we kind of know what's up. And what do we want to go for? We still got the Scavenging Oozes to kind of clean some stuff up. Could bring in Pulse. Could bring in Nature's Claim to blast those auras. Let's go ahead and bring in Thoughtseize. I like being a little disruptive in this one. That way we can kind of dig for. Hopefully we can grab that Splendid Reclamation and Bolo. If you don't know what Bolo means, be on the lookout. Be on the lookout for Hedron Crab. We see it on spot. We're going to take care of it. Okay, as far as our opening hand, this is pretty subpar. We've got Ancient Stirrings and Arcbound Ravager. Not the best, so let's go ahead and mulligan. Let's ship this one back. Hardened Scales, yeah, this is pretty good. We've got Hardened Scales, Lot-Led Troll. It gets around the aura of their enchantment cards. So let's go and keep on this one. And we can crack the Windswept Heath and go for Hardened Scales. So let's go into our graveyards. Liliana of the Veil. Okay, that could be something. Sacks a creature. Yeah, let's go and put that on top. I actually do like that. Let's put that on top. We're going to put the Windswept Heath down and not crack it. And then we'll have the Swamp next turn. We can lead off with, if we draw into another green source, we can go Hardened Scales and Ancient Stirrings. But I actually do like Liliana on top. And actually, excuse me one sec. Okay, sorry about that. I had a little bit of a cough right there. And I did not want to blast the mic with my cough. It's the last thing I want to do. Okay, so we're going to get down the swamp. We're going to draw the Liliana. We're going to be able to crack the Windswept Heath, not in response, but we can crack it. And then go for Ancient Stirrings and hopefully hit our second land drop. But let's go ahead and crack first. That way, if we do hit another green source, we can get down Hardened Scale. So let's go and shock this Overgrown Tomb in. Let's go for the Ancient Stirrings. Mainly right now, we're just looking to hit our land drop at this point, and hopefully just kind of grind it out with Liliana. Okay, we draw a Blooming Marsh. I will take that. Let's grab that Blooming Marsh. That way we're not so taxing on our life total. I'll put those on the bottom. Let's put down the Arcbound, Hardened Scales, Tomb, and the Ancient Stirrings. Let's get down to the Blooming Marsh. Let's go for Hardened Scales, and then we're going to kind of go from there. And then, yeah, got to be in a good spot. Okay, and then, yeah, nothing else we need to do for the turn. Okay, so we're looking at getting down Liliana. We still have Rite of Passage in the hand. Unfortunately, we don't have a Walking Ballista. With Rite of Passage and Walking Ballista, and as long as you've got at least 2 or 3 amplifying effects on these +1 counters between Hardened Scales and the Widening Constrictor, you get down the Rite of Passage, get down your Walking Ballista, deal 1 damage to it. You're going to take a counter off, and then you're going to go up 3 counters. So it's a good way for us to kind of just rally from there, and not rally, but you can just combo off. You just keep putting a bunch of counters on there. Okay, let's see. Do we want to go for Liliana right now? We're looking. We haven't seen any counter spells. I didn't see any. Yeah, let's go and go for Liliana. If they got a counter spell, they've got a counter spell. So be it. Okay, they do not. Each player discards a card. Let's go and chunk a graveyard. Card into the graveyard. We're going to chunk the Lot Troll. And then we get into spots where we can go for Lot Troll next turn if we want to. But at this point, you're just going to keep pushing Liliana. Each of us chunking some cards in the graveyard. Ooh, increasing confusion. Flashback twice. All right, man. This is pretty sweet. I'm gonna have to post this video up, win or lose, man. This is pretty cool. I like seeing. Excuse me. I like seeing some. I like seeing fun stuff like this in the tournament practice room. It's always pretty cool. So. There's some sweet modern decks in here. Definitely some interesting interactions. So, okay, so our opponent's getting down a Temple Garden. Yeah, and then seeing this makes me kind of want to build this Splendid Reclamation Sun Titan deck. So you may be seeing this in the future. But yeah, sometimes I'll record these modern events in the 2-mans, and then sometimes I'll record some of these decks in the tournament practice room, and it just kind of depends on how much time that I have. So if you're sitting there, artifacts, activated abilities of artifacts can't be activated. Sure, fair enough. Understandable. Alright, so we can't get around that Stony Silence if we go for Walking Ballista. So let's go ahead and get the Catacombs down. Let's go for Lot Troll. Yeah, either way, we're going to have to chunk it. So, and with the activated from Stony Silence, we're going to have to go Runner to get that up and running. So let's go and activate Liliana. Each player discards a card. And then we get into spots where if we get into our ultimate, we can get rid of the Stony Silence if we get in that. But Rite of Passage, since we don't have Walking Ballista, we're just going to go and chunk this into the graveyard for right now. So we're just going to keep that pressure on Liliana, and we get into a spot where if we draw any sort of creature cards, we can either cast them or we can just chunk them to Lot Troll with the Hardened Scales out there and kind of rally from there. Anything else we want to do? No, we're good. We still have the fetch to get up and running. So, but yeah, this deck, man, it's been a lot of fun. And as far as the key money cards in the deck, Liliana is one of your more expensive purchases. If you don't have it, go for it. We're also running 8 fetch lands in here. If you don't have the fetch lands, just run some like Golgari Guild Gates or something in there. Have fun, live free, have fun. All right, so we got Hedron Crab right now. If we plus on Liliana, we're gonna get into spots where we can kind of ultimate. But let's go ahead and target player sacks a creature. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, Hedron Crab is just gnarly, man. We're gonna make our opponent sack a creature. Get rid of Hedron Crab, and then we do have Ancient Stirrings to kind of dig for a creature that we can chunk with Lot Troll. Yeah, I feel if they had some sort of Path to Exile or removal mana, they would have gone for it by now. So let's just go ahead and grab the we'll go and grab the Hangerback Walker. That way we leave the Walking Ballista in our library, and let's go and swing in for 2. Alright, coming in hot. And then let's go ahead and chunk the Hangerback Walker. It's going to go to 4-3. It's going to put him down to 14. And then anything else we need? No, we're good. So we may end up cracking that Catacombs, kind of shuffle our library back up. We did put Hangerback. We put the Walking Ballista down on the bottom of our library. But with the Stony Silence, we don't have to watch out for that. But yes, back to building the budget version of the deck. So you can definitely just put in some Guild Gates or some tap lands. And then if you go just ultra budget, your most expensive purchase would be the Walking Ballistas or the Rite of Passage. And then to be perfectly honest, you don't have to even put those in there. You could just go straight green-black value stuff with like Lot Troll, Scavenging Ooze, fun stuff like that. So let's go ahead and crack this Catacombs. Let's grab an Overgrown Tomb, put it into play tapped. And then let's go ahead and plus up on Liliana, get them to minus that ability. Winding Constrictor. Okay. Let's go ahead and Do we want to cast it right now? We can either chunk it to Lotlet, that's going to be 2 more cards, but they don't have removal, so I feel better chunking it to Lotlet. So let's discard a creature card. We're going to discard Lotlet Troll. We're just going beat sticks right now, and if they have removal, they have it. So, and each player discards a card, plus up Liliana. And it looks like they're behind on mana, too. We are on turn 6. Okay. Splendid Reclamation hits the graveyard. Let's go and swing in for 6. We do have regeneration on Lotlet, but with Path to Exile or something like that, it's not really going to matter. So get in for 6. Drops them down to 8. So basically, I feel that if they would have had some removal by now, they would have activated it. So what we can do is if we draw another creature, or if we go for Ancient Stirrings or something like that, then we can chunk it to Lotlet Troll, get those counters on there. And with the Secure Tribelder, they're going to have to declare it as a blocker because we do have Trample. So. And they have 1 card in hand. So let's see what we draw. If it's a creature, we draw Thoughtseize. Interesting. Let's send it up top. Let's see what they've got. Then we can plus Liliana, make everybody discard a card. We can take care of their key piece of removal or something like Snapcaster Mage. Let's go ahead and we're looking at 1, 2. They've got double Splendid Reclamation. What does that do? Not much. I'm more concerned with, I guess, Snapcaster Mage. Now, they will be online for Secure Tribelder swinging in, but taking one of the... Having 2 Splendid Reclamations in your hand is not really going to do anything. Then you bring all your lands back. They don't really have a lot of planes to get their Sun Titans or the Emra out there, so let's go and take Snapcaster in this one. That way it stops them from chunking it in there. Each player discards a card. So they have to get rid of one of the Splendid Reclamations. And then let's just go and swing in with the Lotlet Troll on this one. We'll have that regeneration clause, but it's not going to matter. It's 6/5. We can, if we want to, we can regenerate Lotlet Troll and be like, here you go, buddy. Here's some extra regeneration clauses. Are you excited? Happy birthday. It's his, it's Lotlet Troll's half birthday. He celebrates half birthdays. He's one of those weirdos. No, I'm just kidding. If you celebrate half birthday, props to you, man. Anything else we want to do for the turn? No, we're good. Okay, so our opponent has a Splendid Reclamation in their hand. They have a Secure Tribelder that they can crack, grab, and land, which is going to put them online for the Splendid Reclamation. But we're sitting at 2, and our opponent's sitting at 2. We have a Lotlet Troll that's up and running. So if they do get another creature out there, we can just minus Liliana and get rid of the creature. So let's see what they draw for the turn. If they're going for, okay, Thought Scour, they're digging. See if we can't close this one out. Sweet deck, though, man. Definitely want to. I mean, you may see this in the future. It looks pretty fun. They do have increasing infusions out of the graveyard, but they use that Thought Scour on the Hollowed Fountain, so unfortunately they're not going to be able to get that up and running. So, but we shall see. What do they got now? Okay, they must have drawn something. Hooting Mandrills. But we have the minus ability on the Liliana to get rid of the Hooting Mandrills, the little ape creatures over there. Yeah, they saw it. So we have the -2 on Liliana. They sack a creature. We get rid of all those cool-looking apes. And then we have Lotlet Troll swinging in to do some duty. Man, props to you, Lotlet Troll. Happy half birthday, buddy, man. Alright, guys. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks.